We have now come to section 5 of Unit 6. It is on setbacks or challenges that are associated with implementing citizenship education. What are the objectives for this session? 1. State at least 2 factors that hinder the implementation of citizenship education. 2. Identify at least 2 essential components of citizenship education. The last one, explain at least 2 essential components of citizenship education. So what are the setbacks or what are the challenges as far as implementing citizenship education is concerned? The first setback has to do with the fact that in our African context, some traditions and practices may be at loggerheads as far as human rights issues or charter are concerned. We say that culture is dynamic. Some aspects of our culture can be reviewed if we feel they are at variance with what? The dynamics. For example, in Ghana, we still have some cultural practices. For instance, in some parts we have early marriage or forced child labor that prevent children going to what? School. So naturally, those who embrace this type of behavior will definitely oppose the teaching of citizenship education. The next challenge is finance. We need money to do a lot of research work in citizenship area. We need money to do a lot of reviews. We need money to publish books, to train teachers, to organize workshops. These are all setbacks as far as citizenship education is concerned. Another setback has to do with lack of resources. We need textbooks, we need maps, we need audiovisual aids. When these resources are not around, it will definitely affect the implementation of citizenship education. The other challenge is in the area of the tendency to decongest school timetable. Some educationists are of the view that at the pre-tertiary level, the subjects are too many. So there is always the argument to merge some of the subjects. The last challenge has to do with the political will and the cultural commitment. Integrating all the views as far as citizenship education is concerned will mean that serious political commitment and cultural compromise have to be made on the part of the duty bearers. So if they don't give their blessing, definitely it will affect how citizenship education is implemented in our schools. Having looked at the challenges or the setbacks, our attention will now focus on the essential components of citizenship education. The first component has to do with knowledge and understanding of relevant topics as they relate to citizenship move. For example, topics such as laws and rules, democratic process, the media, the human rights, diversity, money and economy, sustainable development, as well as global community, including concepts of democracy, justice, equality, freedom. All these knowledge are needed. All these knowledge are needed for or by citizens in order to function effectively in their community. Then again, another component of citizenship education has to do with skills and attitudes that emanate from critical thinking, analyzing information, free ways of expressing one's opinion, taking part in discussion and debates, negotiating, and how to resolve conflict. All these will form part of citizenship education program. Then lastly, values and disposition regarding respect for justice, democracy, issues about rule of law, openness, tolerance. That is how we tolerate each other, how we tolerate other people's culture, other people's view. Should all be part of citizenship education. However, on the part of Forgeman, 2001, he outlined a number of essential components. These components are about 8. The first one is the nature of community to be part of the citizenship education. The community the learners reside, what is their nature, and 2, roles and relationship in ideal society. Individuals have roles, people have relationship with each other. They should all be part of the citizenship education. The role as a parent, the role as a father, the role as a learner, the role as leaders, they should all be part. Then we have duties, rights, and responsibilities of citizens. It is always said rights go with responsibilities. All these should be part of the citizenship education curriculum. Then again, the issue about family, gender, and equality, they should be included. Issues about democracy in action, social justice, all these concepts should be part of citizenship program. Then also the citizen and the law. Citizens should know about themselves. They should know also about the laws that govern them, how those laws are formulated, issues about work, employment, and leisure. Then again, public service, how they contribute their quota, their knowledge, which kind of behavior they should exhibit at the workplace in relation with others. These all to be part of citizenship education. On his part, Castle and Davidson outline 4 of them. You shall look at the first one, the rest you do look at them on your own. Civic sensibility. So how do you relate with one another in a democratic society? What should be the relationship? How do you perceive your fellow human beings? How do you see or perceive or feel towards their reaction towards the behavior? This should be part of the citizenship education. The rest you can look at them on your own or discuss it with your colleagues. So we have looked at the setbacks in the implementation of citizenship education. We also look at the components, essential one of course, that should be included in a citizenship education. I hope you have understood this session. Let's take the self-assessment questions. 1. Identify at least 3 setbacks that are associated with implementation of citizenship education. Then 2. Explain at least 2 essential components of citizenship education. I hope you have finished and you got the answers right. Thank you for your attention.